Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the unboxing of the new Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1, the 6GB RAM variant. Now this is the box, and when compared to the previous 3GB or the 4GB RAM variant, there isn't anything new. So we have the phone name over here, and on the back right over here we have the specifications like 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. So that's the only place where you can find the difference between this box and the previous phone. Now without any further ado, let's get on with the unboxing. So guys, this has been the variant that we've been waiting for a long time, and finally Asus has launched it and now we have it. Now just like the previous phone, we have a cardboard box at the front which says "We love photo," but they gave a pretty bad front facing camera for the previous variant. Anyway, we have the SIM card ejector over here, followed by some documentation, IMEI number stickers, documentation, and a soft silicone pouch which I'll probably be using. Next we have the phone itself, which we'll come back to in a second. We also get the regular Max box, micro USB charging cable, and a regular 10 watts power adapter. Now that is all we get inside the box. So let me just put everything aside and come back to the phone. Now this is a grey color with 6GB of RAM, priced at 15,000 rupees. Now to remove the phone, simply slide it out, and this is how the phone looks on the front, and this is how the phone looks on the back. Now this is the 3GB RAM variant, and just from initial impressions there isn't anything different from both phones except for the color. Now this is the black color, but it looks kinda blue, and this is grey color. It has a pinkish shine. I don't know if it's intentional or a mistake. Asus has messed up with the colors. Now let's have a quick physical overview and then check out the specs. On the back, this phone is a semi-metal build with a metal back panel and plastic strips at the top and bottom for antennas. At the top, we have the dual camera setup with a 16 megapixel primary camera with f2.0 aperture. Following that is a 5 megapixel camera with f2.4 aperture, single LED flash, fingerprint scanner, Asus branding, and some sticker at the bottom. On the right side, we have the power and volume buttons, which are made of metal and have a nice clicky feel to them. On the left side, we have the SIM card tray, and this is how it looks. It is a triple SIM slot. It can house 2 nano SIM slots along with a dedicated SD card slot. So that's a really good thing. Now let me just put that inside. At the top, we have just the microphone hole, and at the bottom, we have the audio jack, microphone hole once again, micro USB charging port, and a speaker grill. On the front, it sports a 5.99-inch display with the new 18:9 aspect ratio, Full HD plus resolution, covered by a 2.5D curved glass. Above the display, we have a 16 megapixel front-facing camera with f2.0 aperture, earpiece, and some sensors. At the bottom, it is completely plain. There are no capacitor buttons. We have on-screen buttons instead. Now this is the free case that we got inside the box, so let me just put it on. So guys, this is how the phone looks once you put on the case. It has the cutouts for the camera module, fingerprint scanner, all the ports at the bottom, even the microphone hole at the top. Usually cases cover even the buttons, and surprisingly it even has cutouts for these buttons. They just feel slightly hard to press and hard to trace too, so I'll definitely not be using this case. Under the hood, it sports a Snapdragon 636 processor with Adreno 509 GPU with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, along with a 5000 mAh battery, just like the previous Asus M1. Now let me just turn on the phone and set it up and see what we get right out of the box. So guys, now the setup has been completed, and this is how the phone looks once you turn it on for the first time. Now let's go to settings and check out the free storage. This is a 64GB variant, and out of that 64GB of storage, we get about 54.24GB of free space for your user apps and user data. Now let's check the free RAM right out of the box. For that, first we need to enable the developer options. For that, go to About, click the build number 7 times, developer options will be enabled. Then we can go back. Now out of that 6GB of RAM, 1.4GB of RAM is used right out of the box, and we get about 4.6GB of RAM free out of the box. Now going back to the About page, this phone is running Android 8.1.0, that's Oreo, with May security patch. On the right side, I have the 3GB RAM variant of the Asus M1. Let's check the About page as well. Now even this phone is running 8.1.0 with May security patch, so they are pretty much the same in each and every aspect except for the RAM and the cameras. Now let's check out the camera interface on both phones. So this is for the rear camera, and it looks the same on both phones. We have the portrait mode for both the front and rear cameras, and all these modes can be accessed from here. By the way, both phones do not come with auto HDR. Now let me switch to the front facing camera by doing that. So guys, this is the front facing camera of the Asus Zenfone. On the left side I have the 6GB variant with the better front facing camera, and on the right side I have the 3GB variant with supposedly bad front facing camera. So let me take pictures, and these are the results. For some reason I find the older one better. Maybe this phone needs to receive some update. So let me just turn on the Wi-Fi and see if I get any new update. By the way, this is a 6GB RAM variant. I'm not satisfied with the front facing camera. I like this one better, the old one. Anyway, that's just a single shot. So guys, once I turned on the Wi-Fi, I got an update and it is said to improve the GSM version, improve camera performance, fix and improve multi-touch issues as well. Now, let me just try to update the phone and I'll get back to you once again with the sample pictures. So guys, now the phone has been updated. Let's check the front facing camera. So this is before the update and this is after the update. So it looks pretty good. I don't see a lot of improvement, but it might have been better. So just give me a second, I'll come back with some sample pictures. Pictures taken with the new Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1 6GB variant, 3GB variant, and even the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now these are some selfies. So let me know what you think about the cameras in the description below. Now these are the Antutu and Geekbench scores compared to the 3GB RAM variant of Asus M1 and the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now there are two things that I really didn't like about the previous phone or the 3GB RAM variant. One is the fingerprint scanner and other one is the front facing camera. So cameras are definitely improved on this phone. So let me just test the fingerprint scanner. Now I'm registering my index finger. So let's see how it works. Now I've added my fingerprint. Now to test it out. There is no haptic feedback if the fingerprint is recognized or not. So that's a little annoying. But fingerprint scanner is fast. Definitely faster than the previous 3GB RAM variant. Now for a quick preview, here we go. Fingerprint scanner on the 3GB RAM variant has improved after the update, but the new version feels slightly more faster. Now let's check even the face unlock feature. So let me just set it up. For that, go to settings, security settings, select face recognition, continue, password, next. And here we go. Now that's done. Now the display is off. Now let me turn off the lights. It is not completely dark and it is decent, I would say. Just give me a second. So guys, now I have turned off all the lights, so let's see if it works. It's not working. Not at all. So guys, in complete low lighting conditions, it simply doesn't work. Let me just turn on the lights. So guys, in complete low lighting conditions, it simply doesn't work. It's a fancy feature to show off, but not something you can rely upon. By the way, face unlock on Realme 1 or the Vivo Y83 or the Oppo A3s is much faster than this phone. So guys, this is the new Asus M1, the phone that I've personally been waiting for a very long time. With this phone, you're getting a lot of performance, Snapdragon 636 processor with 6GB of RAM, 64GB of storage, and it even has the dedicated SD card slot. Display is also pretty good and with improved cameras. Right now it is definitely a better alternative than the Redmi Note 5 Pro, as it offers you 6GB of RAM and a dedicated SD card slot at the same price range of 15,000 rupees. So that's definitely a huge advantage. So if your budget is around 15,000 rupees and you're looking for great performance with pure stock Android, you can consider this phone. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think about this new phone? Let us know by commenting below this video, and if you are planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag #GreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.